Hi there. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Can you run a contact center without any human agent? Well, technically, yes. You could also technically eat a Sunday roast with a spoon. You could certainly do that, but why would you want to? While AI excels at routine customer service tasks and high volume inquiries, running a contact center solely on automation overlooks critical challenges. It's a bit like asking a robot to understand why someone's returning a jumper, because it just isn't me. Complex situations like unauthorized transactions require the nuanced understanding and creative problem solving that only humans can currently provide, especially when scenarios demand thinking beyond standard procedures. Here's where it gets clever: agents and humans working together. Think of it like a world-class restaurant where AI is the master chef who never forgets a recipe and always delivers on time, while the humans add that special flourish that turns a dinner into something special. Take poor Henry, whose smart thermostat was about as cooperative as a cat at the vet's office. After a chat with an AI assistant to isolate the problem, the human agent jumped on a video call and pointed out that tiny speck of grey dust was actually the reset button. 2 minutes later, his house finally stopped ping-ponging from sauna to icebox. Human agents bring that special something that AI agents currently can't match: actual human understanding and the ability to go off script when required. So can you run a contact center without human agents? Yes, but should you? Well, some things still need that human touch, at least until the AI agents can catch up. The sweet spot is having both working in a hybrid partnership. Let the AI agent handle the routine stuff, while the human agents handle the more complex issues that require a bit more humanity. Hostcom's AI contact center is the Swiss Army knife for customer service. You can use just one blade or the whole tool set. So if you need an after-hours voice assistant that never needs a coffee break and never falls asleep during the graveyard shift, we've got you covered. Mix and match the human touch with AI efficiency. It's like having the best of both worlds without the awkward office politics. Think of it as building a dream team where some of the team members just happen to be remarkably intelligent AI algorithms, never complaining about the air conditioning. So if you're thinking about how to balance AI and human agents in your contact center, give us a call and we promise you'll get through to a person every time. For now. So what are some of the ways that AI agents and humans can work together in a contact center? One of the more popular ones is the initial customer interaction. So if it's an inbound request or an outbound request, for example on a dialer or outbound campaign, the AI agent can handle the initial contact. It can perform initial triage and data collection to ascertain the priority and perhaps where this person needs to be to get that issue resolved. They can also resolve simple issues quickly on the spot without involving a human at all. They can also gather content and customer history before handing off to a human agent. Another good example of AI and human agents working together is email triage. Hostcom has a product called CS Cortex, where the AI will understand, classify, and triage emails, and then either auto-respond or mark them for attention by a human agent. When that agent looks at the email that's been assigned to them, they can even invoke the AI agent at that point to generate the email response for them, which they can then edit, check, and then send. So there's a great example of AI and human agents working together in email triage. Most organizations' email inboxes are congested, slow, and the customers have to wait days, sometimes weeks, for a response. So by classifying, prioritizing, and triaging, AI can turn that slow inbox into something more on the lines of chat. Handoff mechanisms are very important, especially when it's something like an AI voice assistant, where somebody's called in and AI has become sophisticated enough for the AI agent to be able to understand and tell exactly what that person wants, but also to understand that it's reached its boundaries and does need to hand off to a person. That's a very, very major step forward. And so there's no pressing buttons like an IVR. The AI assistant can tell when it needs to transfer. It can then check with the customer first and make the transfer. Or if the customer requests to be transferred, the AI agent will completely understand and either pass that to an internal extension or route it outbound via a telephone number. One of the wider uses of AI in contact centers is in post-interaction processing or quality assurance. This is where the AI agent will transcribe the call recording into text, analyze that text, and then apply a whole series of classifications, objectives, disposition codes, which can be used to triage and ensure that the customer was getting everything they need, but also that the agent was performing to the company's standards. If any anomalies are detected or the performance was substandard, a supervisor can be alerted straight away and the issue can be addressed very, very quickly. So at HostCom we call this Interaction Analytics, and we have a whole product set called Interaction Analytics, which does exactly this. And this is another great example of AI and humans working together in a contact center. Dialex is another module within Interaction Analytics which streams live calls into an AI agent so that the call can be analysed in real time. In Dialex you are able to set multiple objectives which can be applied to phone calls. This means that important events can be addressed during the call rather than waiting for the post-call analysis, which would happen after the call is finished. An important event can be an overlooked sales opportunity, a case of mis-selling, an incorrect product configuration, or a rude, grumpy agent. Once detected, Dialex can raise an alert within seconds to a supervisor who is given a link to the specific section of a transcript. They can then speak to the agent and change the outcome before it's too late. Dialex can also send messages and alerts to the agent call interface, where the new objective can be actioned by them. Another example of humans and AI agents working together is in an outbound calling campaign. The dialer will make a whole series of calls, and when the call party picks up, the call is instantly routed through to an agent. And balancing the number of agents against the number of outbound lines that are available is the key to a good outbound dialing campaign. However, lots of these calls are very, very short duration calls. The person's not interested. There's a voicemail there. And these tie up the agent. So using an AI agent in an outbound calling campaign is very effective because when the call party answers, the call is instantly routed through to this infinite pool of AI agents. The call can be qualified, triaged, and only if the person's interested or a transfer is required does the AI agent pass that through to a person. And this means that the pool of human agents can be a lot smaller, with the AI agent working with them to qualify those leads before they're passed across. One final example of AI and humans working together is the overnight shift, out of hours, where for most companies there's no one around, the office will shut down, customer service continues but is significantly reduced in scope because there's nobody around. This is where AI agents can slot in very nicely. Thanks very much for watching to the end. If you're interested in anything covered in this video, please do get in touch, and the best way to do that is to email us at sales@hostcom.co.uk or call in on 0808 168 4400. Thanks very much. See you soon.